Hey guys, it's Gigi. So today's video is about bits and pieces of a life of the Serbian-American inventor Nikola Tesla. So guys, this is a mixture of, that aha moment and fascinating, mind-blowing speculations. But I hope you guys enjoy, relax, and I'll see you soon later. Nikola Tesla was born in 1856 in Smiljan, Croatia. His father was a priest and his mother managed the family's farm. He made dozens of breakthroughs in the production, transmission, and application of electric power. He invented the first alternating current, you guys, the AC motor, and developed AC generation and transmission technology. Though he was famous and respected, he was never able to translate his copious invention into long-term financial success, unlike his early employer and chief rival Thomas Edison. So Tesla arrived in New York in 1884 and was hired as an engineer at Thomas Edison's Manhattan headquarters. So in the 1890s, Tesla invented electric oscillators, meters, improved lights, and the high voltage transformer known as the Tesla coil. He also experimented with X-rays, gave short-range demonstrations of radio communication, and piloted a radio-controlled boat around a pool in Madison Square Gardens. He also invented the remote controls, the wireless system, and so on and so forth. So he was so fascinated with, um, except for the pigeons, with the time travel machine. Well, I mentioned the pigeons. He loved pigeons. His last time of his life, he was just spending it with pigeons. So fast forward, Tesla died in his room on the 7th of January 1943. So, did I mention he was so fascinated with the time travel? So let's go back in 1901 and 1906. There was this Warden Cliff Tower located in Shoreham, New York, North Shore of Long Island. The Tesla time machine began to be manufactured. He made believe the press and the people who were working on wireless electric power projects, but it wasn't true. Tesla invented a device called a Tesla cope with which he could communicate with extraterrestrial beings who taught him another kind of technology, but he could not tell the public. So apparently, Tesla built the Tesla time machine and was able to travel to both the past and the future. Remember, the inventor was alone for a long time in his tower. It was the height of World War II, and Tesla had claimed to have invented a powerful particle beam weapon known as the death ray that could have proved invaluable in the ongoing conflict. So to fast forward, so rather than risk Tesla's technology falling into the hands of America's enemies, the government swooped in and took possession of all the property and documents from his room at the New Yorker Hotel. So, the name of this company was the Office of the Alien Property. Fascinating. What happened to Tesla's files from there, as well as what exactly was in those files, remains shrouded in mystery. So, 3 weeks after the Serbian American inventor's death, an electrical engineer from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, was tasked with evaluating his papers to determine whether they contained any ideas of significant value. So, according to the declassified files, according to this man, and yes, this man is no other than, yes, this MIT guy is no other than Dr. John Trump. And yes, he's the uncle of Mr. Donald Trump. So, according to him, he reported that his analysis showed Tesla's efforts to be primarily of a speculative, philosophical, and promotional character, and said that papers did not include new sound, workable principles or methods for realizing such results. So, in short, he was saying, you guys, nothing to be found here. There's nothing here. He also said that death ray particle beam weapon didn't exist outside of rumors and speculation. He also said there's nothing like time travel machine. He didn't find any of the files. Although some of his more sensitive innovations may still be hidden, Tesla's legacy is alive and well, both in the devices we use every day and the technologies that will undoubtedly play a role in our future. Tesla is the inventor of wireless technology. He's the inventor of the ability to create an unlimited number of wireless channels. And yes, it's just mind-blowing. Those are facts. 100% true. You can fact check, Google check. So there's speculations that Donald Trump is a time traveler and maybe Baron Trump or Dr. John Trump is Donald J. Trump, or Baron Trump is the future Donald Trump, or Donald Trump is John Titor. Remember the first video that I showed you? They said that maybe Donald Trump is John Titor. Or anyway, I'm gonna post that video in this clip later on. And yeah, it's speculations, maybe conspiracy theory, but hey guys, cannot discredit the evidences. And there are so many crazy coincidences. There's more. And yeah, we're not done yet. Hold on a second. There's another crazy similarities about this book. Well, actually, there's two books, novels from 1800s, 1890s, and 1900s. There's two books, both written in 1890s by Ingersoll Lockwood. The books are called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey and 1900, or The Last President. The books themselves are real. Look them up for yourself, but wait, it gets better. The plot of the first book about Baron Trump includes the story about a young boy who finds a secret portal and time travel. For starters, the main character's name is the same as President Donald J. Trump's son, Baron Trump. So Trump's adventure began in Russia and guided thanks to directions provided by the master of all masters, a man named Don. So before leaving for his voyage through the unknown, Trump is told of his family's motto: the pathway to glory is strewn with pitfalls and danger, But wait, it gets even creepier. Lockwood wrote a sequel series of novels 4 years after the initial publication of his first book. In his third novel, 1900 or The Last President, things link eerily to the present day. The story begins with a scene from a panicked New York City in early November. It describes a state of uproar after an election in which an enormously opposed outsider is granted power. An outsider candidate. Sound familiar? Guys, these two books were written in 1890s and 1900s. So that second book, The Last President, after the chaotic scene in New York City, we find out that the man who won the presidency is extremely wealthy and resides on the Fifth Avenue. In case you did not know, the Trump Tower resides on Fifth Avenue. As crazy as this sounds, once Lockwood's character becomes president, he began choosing people for his cabinet. One of the first people he picked was a man named Leif Pence. Yeah, another aha moment. So there is much more information, evidences, coincidences, and crazy similarities. So both of the books are archived by the Library of Congress and can be read in full on archive.org. Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey was published in 1893 and 1900, or The Last President came out a few years later. According to the Encyclopedia of Science, the travels and adventures of Little Baron Trump and his wonderful dog Bulgar, which was published in 1890. So guys, thank you for watching, and I will also incorporate the last video from 2 weeks ago. It's John Titor, and you guys enjoy and love you all. Bye. My heart, I just wanna say. Hey guys, it's Gigi. So this video is about a conspiracy theory of a guy named John Titor. So this John Titor was a military, or is a military, or will be a military in 2036. He's a time traveler. So in 2000, he went to a forum, like internet forum. In 2000 there is not much of like social media or Wi-Fi or internet going on. We're emailing, but still using AOL, remember? But anyway, he went to this forum and he was claiming that he was a time traveler. So this was on November 2nd, 2000. So he said, okay, greetings. I'm a time traveler from 2036. I went back in time to 1975 and I got my IBM 5100, which is the real mission why he went back to 1975. So apparently his story is about he's a military guy in 2036 from from Florida, and he was sent by the American government to go back in time. Apparently it's so common and to have this individuals to go time travel. So his mission was to get this IBM 5100. Their technology was threatened by a looming Unix timeout error in 2038. And to debug the error, there's no way to get in 2036. There's nothing, like they couldn't find it. So they found out that they had to go back in time in 1975 where this was created. And I have this picture of this IBM 5100. I don't know, maybe some of you will remember this, you guys. That. But I'm gonna post like a clear cut on this clip, maybe later on or during this clip. So this 5100 has a function. It's a secret function. It was called APL. APL means a programming language, and that's what they needed that time. And then those time in 1975, that computer has a tag price between 8,000 plus something to 19,995 American. So, but they didn't release this until 2003, and they didn't release that there is this function, APL function. It was a secret function, or they don't want the public to know about that. So yeah, that was his mission, to go back in 1975 using the time travel machine. And apparently that machine was like a 500 pounds time travel machine, and nobody can lift that, like cannot live by a human or a person. So it has to go by car. So it was mounted on a 1967 Chevy, also known as the DeLorean. Remember that DeLorean? So anyway, it in short, like there's a John Titor guy, time traveler from 2036, went to 1975 because apparently his paternal grandfather was the one who, well, he was the one involved in creating that machine. So he got that, went to 2000, passed by in November 2000 to inform the public, and apparently he had some kind of knowledge of what's gonna happen. Well, he predicted some of the events. So yeah, this guy, this time travel machine that was mounted on a Chevy 1967 was the one.
I just wanna say, hey world, hey world, hey.
To go back in time in 1975. So apparently this machine, the time travel machine, it has a two mini black holes which micro singularity, and said if you inject electrons into them and alter the spin, it will create gravity field that allow you to move back and forth, back and forth. This is to the rescue, this machine, this guy. And yeah, remember that Y2K bag, the 2000 millennium? The Y2K bag was surrounded by very similar. Sorry guys, there's a mechanical problem, but I just want to show you this time machine. This was the John Titor time machine, the one that I was telling you, the 500 pounds. So this was mounted on a Chevy 1967. So the DeLorean that I was telling was a DMC car by John Zachary DeLorean. I fact checked myself. So anyway, this one was mounted on a Chevy 1967 when he went back to 1975 to get the IBM 5100. So apparently the issue that uh, when he said he needs to get that 5100 IBM, well, apparently that's the way to fix that error from the Unix timeout 2038. So this is like a timeout error caused by the way computers count system time. They count time not by actual dates, apparently, months, days, or years, as we do, but rather by seconds. The problem is that computers also have a limit to how high they can count. So when they reach the limit, various problems may occur. The 2038 Unix timeout, in particular, stems from the limitation of computers using signed 32-bit integers. Integers. Okay. Once this 32-bit Unix-based computers reach their limit at 3.14.7 UTC on Tuesday, January 19, 2038, they will encounter something called a 32-bit overflow. From that point, the date on the machine, we're talking about now the IBM 5100, I mean the date of the computer machine will be interrupted as 1901. So this will cause operating system and certain software to malfunction unless we successfully prevent it from happening. So yeah, that uh, the Y2K bug. Remember that 2000 Y2K bug was surrounded by very similar circumstances, and such errors have been temporarily brought down commercial software and devices. The Microsoft Zune, for example, was the victim of a leap year glitch which caused Microsoft Zunes around the world to freeze at about 1:30 a.m. Uh, Wednesday Eastern Time circumstances, and such errors have been temporarily brought down commercial software and devices. The Microsoft Zune, for example, was the victim leap year glitch, which caused Microsoft Zunes around the world to freeze at about 1:30 a.m. Wednesday, December 31st, 2008. These errors, while troublesome, were clearly fixable. We've got we've yet to see the implications of the Unix timeout in 2038. Hey guys, so to continue, sorry, there was some technicalities, but anyway, about this John Titor guy. So he came from 2036, went back to 1975, and then passed by 2000 to go to the internet forum. And he kind of warned the people about some events or predictions about some events that's gonna happen. Some of them happened, some didn't. It's like there's an example. He said Can you share with me how did you fix the heating problem on that air shuttle or space shuttle? And this is in 2000. Remember 2000? Then in 2003, remember that Columbia shuttle? It will explode. 7 crew members killed in that explosion. That was in 2003. And the reason? Heating issues. That happened. So he said in 2004 there will be a civil war. That didn't happen. And also he said um, there will be a mad cow disease. That didn't happen. But there are so many of them did happen. The followers of John Titor that time was saying probably some of them didn't happen because he did something in 1975 or he did something before it should happen, before they should happen. So yeah, it's just mind blowing, guys. There are so many information on the internet. I just picked some of them. Uh, I didn't take all of them. It's just some of them. But right now you can still Google search fact check. There's still also like this website johntitor.com. Still in there. But anyway, the next sequel, this is a back-to-back video. The next sequel, it's kind of the same stuff, maybe even juicier. So I hope to see you to the next one, and you guys enjoy. Love you all.